welcome to Moving Diaries Part 2. I just finished editing Moving Diaries Part 1, and if there's one thing I learned, it's that this house is very loud and the backgrounds of this house are very boring. So I'm gonna try and be very mindful of that moving forward, but there is only so much I can do. We didn't hang anything on the walls pretty much anywhere in the house, so this is probably the most exciting background I can do. It is Saturday, June 13th. We leave Texas 2 weeks from yesterday, so we leave in 13 days, and we move in 2 weeks from today. So we move in 14 days. And so we are in a really weird spot of the moving process where we can't really pack a lot of things because we can't really pack up the kitchen because we still need to cook. We can't really pack up our clothes because we still need to wear clothes. Can't really pack up the bathroom. We still have to do stuff in the bathroom. So as this week goes on, we'll kind of get closer to where we can start narrowing things down and start packing up the stuff that we're not going to use in the next less than 14 days. But right now is a really weird time because a lot of the stuff that we're not using has been packed. But the stuff that we do use, we need. So I thought I was gonna make it without the AC coming on, but the AC is so loud. I didn't realize how loud it was until it gets quiet. So anyways, I have a few updates from the past week. I haven't filmed anything since last Saturday, but I have gotten a couple things done. So Monday, we took both the cat and the dog to the vet, and they got all of their shots and everything, their yearly checkup just to make sure they're okay. Mitchell got microchipped, so she's trackable. So we got that checked off of the list, and then I started packing up the kitchen. So I have a lot of the stuff that we don't use every day, or very often, packed away in a box. And I'll probably start slowly adding over the next, obviously 2 weeks, but definitely over the next week. I think that's all of the exciting news about moving. Other small updates. I did finish the bag that I was working on in the last video. All I had to do was add the handle. So I did finish that. Now I just need to send it to my friend, which I'll do at some point. And then I did start working on my cardigan, and I did make a lot of progress. I think I started my cardigan before I finished that video. I think I started it last week, but I don't remember when I started it. But here it is so far. I think I'm just gonna do one more row of white on the sleeves, and then I just need to do the cuffs, and then I need to do the hemming. And then my cardigan will be done, and I will be quite happy with that progress. I do have the blanket that I've been working on, but I did not think that I would finish that blanket before we moved. So I think that's just gonna be a project that I bring with me so that in the new apartment I have something to work on. Not that I'll be short for things to do, but it'll be one project to work on instead of 18 half-started projects. So very happy with my progress so far, so I'll keep working on that over the next 2 weeks. And then I did get my package from Aerie in the mail, and so I bought a couple things. I really wanted a matching set for working out, but also I think I might move in maybe some of the stuff that I got just because they're comfortable. So the first thing I got was this matching set. They're ribbed. The material is ribbed, but it's got colored thread running through it, so it really enhances the ribbed look. So I just got a pair of biker shorts, and then this is kind of like, it's a combination between a really long sports bra and a really short tank. So because this is so high rise, like there's not a ton of skin showing as much as if you wear just a regular sports bra and shorts, but it's kind of like an in-between. Super cute, super fun matching set. And then I got just a plain pair of black bike shorts because I don't have any black bike shorts, and I got the ones with the crossover front because I think they're the most flattering, and they're also the most comfortable because they're not as compressing on your stomach. And sometimes if I wear like my Lulu Align leggings with the compression, like high-waisted part, it does hurt my stomach. So I got the crossover front for that. And then I got, these are the long flare leggings or whatever they're called. They flare at the bottom. And I got, these are in long because the Lulu version of this that I have are like half of an inch too short, to where I don't even know if anybody else notices, but I notice, and it really annoys me every time. And I don't think they make them in long, so I just went ahead and got these from Aerie because I have heard from girls who are taller and longer legged than me that these are long enough for them. So I decided to go ahead and give that a shot. So that is my haul, and probably going to be my moving outfit of the days. For this week, I don't really have a ton planned in terms of moving prep. I still have all of this stuff behind me that's listed on Facebook Marketplace, so hopefully that all goes soon. I've been slowly selling, this entire box is full of books that I'm selling on Facebook Marketplace, and I've been slowly going through those. I may edit a bunch of my listings on Facebook Marketplace just to be like, please buy this. So that'll be something for me to do today, or this week. Chase and I both work a lot this week, so there won't be a ton getting done around the house. I think starting, Chase's last day is Saturday, a week from today. So I think starting Sunday-ish, we're really gonna start getting a lot done around the house. Really start crash packing everything that we can, everything that we don't need for the next week. So yeah, we're just gonna keep kind of starting to get things done. Yeah, we'll see. 13 days, crazy, very crazy. It's going by so fast, but also so slow at the same time. It's so crazy. That's like the only word I can use to describe it is crazy, because moving in a month sounds really crazy, but then you do it and you're like, oh, this isn't that hard. But then you think about it and you're like, I did all of that really fast. So we'll see. Yeah, that's my general hopes for this week is to get everything that we don't need the next 14 days packed, and then that'll be my goal every day moving forward, is anything that I don't need between now and June 28th packed. Welcome to the moving diaries. Started my sourdough starter literally the day before Chase got the phone call that he got the job, and I had been putting it off because I didn't really have time to keep up with the whole starter, but I decided that I was going to do it because I have all this free time during the day now. So I was like, oh, I'll just start my starter, like I'll make some sourdough over the summer. And then literally the next day, Chase gets the phone call that he got the job. So my sourdough starter it's not really rising very much. She's not really moving. I don't know what's wrong. She smells fine. I don't know what's wrong with her. So before I move, I'm going to make a loaf of sourdough to make sure that this sourdough starter is worth moving, because I've made like a truly egregious number of sourdough starters from scratch just because I've moved, or there's been a couple times where like I started one and it just did not pan out, and I just had to restart it, and then I've thrown them away when I've moved because moving them is like kind of a hassle, and I've forgotten them and they've died in the depths of my fridge. So today I'm feeding it because tomorrow I'm gonna make a loaf of bread, or tomorrow I'm gonna make the dough, and then Monday I will make the bread. But I find that I get the best results when I start making the dough like 12-ish hours after I've fed it, so it's still kind of like alive or whatever. I don't really know. So I'm gonna feed it tonight, and hopefully tomorrow it'll make good dough, and then on Monday hopefully it'll make good bread. And if it doesn't, then I'll just throw it away and start over in Chicago. But if it does work, then I will put effort into moving it, since it's so new, that it would be like I made this whole starter just to make one loaf of bread and throw it away. No. Monday, and I am planning on going and running a bunch of errands today, probably mostly window shopping. I'm going to At Home, Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Target, all of those stores to see if I can find any bedding that I like, because I found bedding that I really like, but it's kind of expensive, so I want to see if I can find something similar for maybe a little bit cheaper. So I'm just gonna wander around all of these stores and see what I can find. These stores are some of the most overwhelming and overstimulating stores that I've ever been in my life. So I'm doing this today, and this is my only plan for today. So I'm gonna go walk around these stores, see what I can find, and then I'm gonna go home and bake my sourdough and do nothing. I didn't want to do this on a day that I have to work because I know that it's going to be exhausting. So I'm specifically doing it today. So yeah, if I see anything that I like, I'll show it. Maybe I won't buy anything, maybe I'll buy something. Only time will tell. I just got back from my errands this morning. I went to At Home. At Home was a bust. Found some good stuff in Home Goods. Didn't find anything moving specific, but I did get stuff that I needed from Target. and then I didn't find anything at TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx did have the dog lamps. They just didn't have a base in a dog that we would want to have, so I didn't get them. But starting off with Home Goods, I got this little cat scratcher, and it has strawberries along the side. Very cute. It was like $5, I think. $5. So I have a scratcher. I'm just gonna throw that away. I don't need the catnip, but I have a scratcher for Mitchell for the hotel and the apartment when we first get there. And then for the Beau dog, I got this. It's a collapsible bowl. He perked up. You can see him in the corner. He perked up when I said his name. But it's a collapsible water bowl. So I'll have this in the car with me on the move, and then we'll probably just attach it to his harness or his leash whenever we take him out for long periods of time. And then huge haul on the picture frames. Super cute. So I got this one. Is really pretty, like rounded edges. That was $7. This one was $10, and it is a smaller version of a frame that I already have. So just a little version of that. Then I've gotten this one, and this was $8. Super cute. And then I picked this one up because I liked that it wasn't just gold, but that it still fit the theme. And so it's got this really pretty detailing, and it's got this blue that I think is really pretty. I also like the picture that they have in there, so maybe I'll keep that. So great success on the frames. I think now I'm gonna look for frames that are a little bit bigger. These are all, hi Stinky. These are all the same size. So this is 5x7, 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 and 5x7. So these are all the same size. So I think the next time I go looking for frames, I'm gonna try and get bigger ones. But Home Goods had a fantastic selection. I could have kept going, but I stopped myself. And then from Target, I got more hair gel just because I was running out and I needed more. And I got more hair gloss because I think I want to go a little bit lighter over the summer. So I normally use a darker one, a darker brown. This one's just a lighter brown. This one's a little bit closer to my natural hair color, so just use that one. And that's my haul. I decided to try something new instead of me just talking in front of a camera and then doing a time lapse and then talking in front of a camera and then doing a time lapse, that I would talk over the time lapse. So my sourdough loaf came out wonderfully. It was perfect. The loaf rose perfectly. The bread tasted good. So all in all, great success. And I will be moving that sourdough starter across the country just so that I don't have to restart another one. Another update, very exciting. We have everything we need for the bed. We bought a mattress, a bed frame, sheets, duvet cover. We are good to go, and it is all going to be there before we move in. So super, super exciting. I ended up not working as much towards the end of the week, so I focused a lot of that on packing. I started packing up the kitchen, as you can see, mostly focusing on stuff that we don't need access to between now and when it's going to be unpacked. So I left a lot of essentials out, like plates, bowls, cups, but anything that we have duplicates of, anything that we use for like more specific purposes, got packed up. So I picked a bad time to start this, but hello, it is Friday, June 20th, which means that we leave Lubbock in exactly 1 week. Can you sit? Can you sit? Can you sit? Thank you. We leave Lubbock in exactly 1 week, and we move into our new apartment exactly 1 week from tomorrow in 8 days. So we've got a lot to do. We've got a long drive ahead of us. Some updates. I went and ran some errands this morning. Hi, your stinky breath is not helping. No, it's not. I went and ran some errands this morning. I dropped off the bag that I crocheted yesterday at the post office, and I stopped at the bank and deposited all my coins. I rolled those up last night and deposited them. And I also went to Target specifically to get Chase's shampoo. Bo thinks it's dinner time, so he's very excited. But I went to Target specifically to get Chase's shampoo, and I saw that they also have small boxes, so I got 5 of them. I was gonna go to Walmart, but since I was already at Target, I just got these. They're about the same size. They're 16 by 12 by 12, so they're a pretty good size. It's like the perfect size for moving, because the medium-sized boxes just get so heavy so fast. And then I also went ahead and grabbed some more packing tape. I don't know, we have like a good amount left of the one that I got from Walmart, but I just went ahead and got another thing of packing tape just because you never know. Like, and packing tape is something that I'm going to use up. Next, I got these lamps. I got 2 of them from the clearance end cap in the home decor section. They're super cute. They're like green and white speckles on the lampshade and the lamp base. On their own, they're a little, can you please stop? Hey. On their own, they are room essentials, and they're a little like college dorm-y, but I think in an apartment that is not a college dorm, they would be super cute. So these are $7 each. Super cute. Okay, my phone cut me off because I ran out of storage, but I found these light bulbs as well on a Target clearance end cap, and they're just basic, small, type B light bulbs. They're only 6 watts. Hi, your breath is so stinky. Thank you. They're only 6 watts, which is perfect for what these lamps need. And apparently they're smart lights, so I can connect them to Alexa or Google Home. So we have an Alexa, so I might connect it in the apartment and just see what you can do with it. But what's important is that these lamps have bulbs. So that's all for right now. I guess I'm gonna spend some of tonight going through and moving photos from my phone to my computer, and then I also need to start packing the more essential things. So start picking out clothes to wear for the week and packing everything else, figuring out exactly what we need in the kitchen and packing everything else, and that will be the bulk of it. We also need to get rid of the last of the furniture, and then we'll pretty much be good to go.